Summer's here and it's too hot outside for us nerds. We'll tell you what anime to watch while you laze about indoors. And oh yeah, we got some Dragon Ball Z Super Figures to give away. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies.
Yo, what's up, everybody? We're back after the 4th of July.
Indeed.
Yes.
The
Happy belated 4th of July.
greatest American holiday for freedom ever.
Or it's like the most hellish day in the world for dogs. My dog was so scared the whole time. It was the worst holiday ever.
Yes.
For her.
But we did have AX.
We did have
AX
Expo, and it was fun, and we weren't here to share it with you guys. And we'll talk a little bit about that if we feel like it later. Thank you for watching the Mighty Otaku. That us. Be sure to subscribe, rate, and comment on iTunes. Looking at the wrong camera, and hit that thumbs up on YouTube, and follow us on Twitter at the Popcorn Talk. I'm your host, Chubby Bunny Michelle. You can find me everywhere on the internet at I am Chubby Bunny. Today we are joined by our usual hosts, starting with Mr. Maxwell.
Oh, see, she spoiled it.
I spoiled
now everyone
it.
knows my name is Maxwell.
Who are you?
Maxwell Song. You can find me at Maxwell's on the everything.
Wow, I almost forgot my name, like Michelle usually does.
Hey, it happens.
I am Yume Warlock. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Yume Warlock.
And today we are joined by very special guest Lauren Markland.
Yeah.
So she dabs.
Good
You has taught me this thing.
can't stop.
So Lauren Markland, we can find you on the internet at Saltiest Hime.
That's me.
That's so you and Max are like of the same tribe.
yeah.
That's true.
Max Salts and
It's
Saltiest
really
Hime.
mad about everything.
Yeah,
most
it's
of the
basically
time.
people that just play Overwatch, and
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
that's become their life. And now they have a disdain for humans. That's all.
That's like whatever hit video game it is of the year. That's the where this
Playing video games just makes you salty.
It does make you very
Yeah.
better.
That
I just
salt.
drink that
Just about
salt.
everything.
So Lauren joins us as she is a professional prop fabricator for Universal Studios.
Hey.
So technically NBC Universal,
Yes.
like Universal Studios. She makes scary shit for, wait, not just scary stuff. You make like normal, not
Oh
scary
yeah,
stuff.
I make Halloween and Christmas. So
Oh, shit.
I do joy and horror.
Damn.
Which is,
So-
And she cosplays. That's right.
Yes.
Ching.
Like the rest of us. If you look on
Yes.
on our Instagram, collectively we own 3. But
I'm sorry, I'm just looking at your pin.
Oh.
Is that like being bound and shit?
My Shibari boy.
Yeah.
Oh.
is it a
Nice.
character or just some guy with white
No,
hair?
Nope, it's just
a
Shibari
guy.
boy.
Oh, okay. It's not.
If you don't know what shibari is, it's the Japanese bondage.
Google it when your mom's right behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You should.
That's a very interesting pin.
Yeah,
might
and that's
figure
how we
out.
roll, and that's why she's here with us today.
Yes.
Because she got
Indeed.
that anime cred. Okay, so we are doing a giveaway. We have should keep moving it around. We
Yes.
have
Which
3
is that one?
figures from Dragon Ball Super. Sorry, I said Dragon Ball Z Super. I fucked up.
It is. It's this one. It's Mr. Vegeta.
You know you move
and
around,
there's
no
a
one can see.
Mr.
Yeah.
Beerus.
There we go.
And a one Beerus and a Super Goku.
So what Max is trying to say is we will
Yeah.
give you the whole set of 3. You beer the Beerus. You get
Beerus.
Beerus, Goku, and Vegeta.
Vegeta.
Vegetables.
Vegeta.
All you have to do, it's very easy, so don't screw it up. You have to tweet at us. Why do you love anime? Tweet from your own accounts, not a fake account, and tag hashtag the Mighty Otaku and at Bandai America. It's up on the screen right now. Don't mess it up. The Mighty Otaku and at Bandai America. If you do 2 of those things and answer the question in a sort of human way and are not a robot,
Yeah.
you might win. We're gonna pick either the best answer or a random answer depending on how
Yeah.
good the answers are.
There are
It'll
2
be probably
chances. We have
random.
two sets.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
We have 2
So there
sets
are
of them.
2 winners possible.
We're gonna pick at the end of the show, which means you have to wait around to the end of the show to find out who
Good
it
old
is.
boys.
And just 1 entry, guys. Don't spam.
Yeah.
But if you do, like, I guess.
But
we'll
I
see
mean,
it. And
yeah.
we'll see it. Someone's gonna check. I guess Yuma's gonna check.
Yeah, I
later.
mean, it's not going to help your chances. So.
All right.
Remember, heartfelt or very funny. That's
Yeah, that's how-
we have a very high caliber of tweet cred. So we only accept the best.
We only accept the best.
But
All right.
yes, once again, just tag hashtag the Mighty Otaku and tag Bandai America.
Perfecto.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Cool.
So we are here to talk about summer anime. Remember that thing that we talk about that we like?
Yeah, every
It's-
time there's a new season. So
Yeah.
now I'm realizing
Huh.
was like our 3rd one now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
we
it's
start
like,
off in
what?
winter, yeah.
It's just so weird because it's like either we have like a huge IA, so it just feels like, oh, we talked about winter anime. Now we're just talking about summer anime.
Yeah.
I mean, we
It
always
was
talked
spring-
about
it was
spring in
spring
between.
anime.
Obviously.
And actually, I led last
But-
time we did a roundup too. I led
Did
the last
we?
spring one, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's fine. Anyway,
That's
so
not fair.
summer anime. It's not. It's totally
It's
fair.
fine, Max.
So now, no matter what genre of
fun.
anime you guys are into, that's right, animus. They pretty much got you covered. It's not a bad season of anime, I've got to say. I was a little bit at first, but then I started looking at other anime on different platforms,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
there's some
Me
good
too.
shit.
There's some good shit.
There's some good stuff.
You realize that there's more out there than just Crunchyroll sometimes.
Yes.
yeah,
you know?
that's true.
You have to look real hard sometimes.
We'll talk about that really quickly also. So we'll start with the first one, easy to find. Clean Freak Aoyama-kun, also called Kepeki Danshi Aoyama-kun. This is on Crunchyroll. We're going to play a wee little clip from it so you can get a feel for this sports anime.
How wee is it?
It's a wee
It's
clip.
wee.
Whenever you're ready, Anthony.
It's very
It's a
sportsy.
tank.
Yes.
It's just great.
It's great.
It says don't touch it.
So
Look at him go.
he
Yeah.
has a, he has like a mental
Germaphobe.
disorder.
He's a germaphobe.
He's an OCD germaphobe,
Right,
but he plays soccer, which is one of the
they've
dirty
made it
sports ever.
so charming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to think about this, but this ends up being like really ridiculously funny. I just saw the second episode, and it split up into two different parts. And the second one had nothing to do with soccer.
Oh,
It
good.
was like
Yes.
Excellent.
the second one was about
Oh wait, this is
Okay.
our spoiler alert right now.
not really, it's just the second episode.
We're
You'll
gonna
watch
try,
it or you
we're gonna
won't
try
watch
really
it.
hard to not spoil any of these, actually. But good.
Oh, okay, I didn't get the memo. So I'm gonna spoil. Okay, so he dies obviously right at the beginning.
He doesn't die.
Traumatic
angel.
soccer accident.
Perfect. Perfect.
I think it was like about smelling towels. It was one whole 15-minute episode
Great.
of like just like how great his towels smelled.
What?
It was it just, but
understand
it's
sports anime.
it's not, but it has nothing to do with sports. That whole episode had nothing to do with soccer.
It's
It was
just
just
towels.
all about cleaning, basically.
I think I like with sports anime. One problem I think with a lot of them is that, for example, Yowamushi Pedal. It's still a great series, but I love the first like couple episodes the best because it's about him making friends, and then
Yeah.
about this. It's like half and half friendship and sports.
It's
and
when
then
it
delves into just
shonen.
sports.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When it's
So-
like every episode is like we're 50 meters away from the finish line. We're 20 meters. It's like every few
Yeah.
episodes.
It got a little rough.
Yeah.
Lauren, do you watch sports anime?
Not even.
Not even a
this
little.
Teen boy flexing his abs could get me to be interested in sports anime.
This one looks pretty
Aw.
cute.
It was
and-
very
And
funny.
so
That
far,
was
there's not a
funny.
bunch about. And I haven't learned anything about soccer yet. So I'm
I feel like
This has
it's-
nothing to do with soccer.
Yeah,
I think that
it's
the
not really
idea
a
that-
sports anime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is just a pure comedy about a germaphobe
Yeah.
that plays a dirty sport, and it kind of like plays on the shonen tropes.
Unless it takes a turn. I don't know. I haven't seen the manga.
We don't know. We just don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah, this doesn't have a manga, right? This is just kind of like an original.
I don't know.
Is it? I don't know.
I
I haven't
Google.
seen it.
I only saw it, I think, at AX because I hadn't really heard anything about it. I don't know if there is a manga, but I saw all the cutouts at AX, and I think literally the butt dude that has like the ball that bounces
Oh,
and the
yes, I
abs
love
guy
him.
was literally, I was like, I'm gonna watch this.
Yeah, the
The
butt
abs
guy
guy's
is pretty
hilarious.
good. And if you don't know what the butt guy is, you're gonna find
You
out.
gotta watch
And
it.
the
It's
abs
great.
guy also.
He's very funny.
Yeah.
So I think recommended. I think it's very cute. It's funny, and it has like pretty boys in it, but it's not too heavy on the sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the next one we're gonna another anime which is unexpected from Netflix is Castlevania. And stay with me here. It is technically anime. It's done in a Japanese style,
Yes.
but it's done by American production companies. Let's take a look at this very short clip.
Yeah.
Netflix.
There is a darkness.
Well, it's not a Japanese animation studio, though, right?
No, it's
No,
not.
It's an American.
it's American.
Yeah.
A savior is needed.
Savior is needed. I'm definitely Scottish now. Not later though.
Yeah, that's
My accents are inconsistent.
it's fine.
Some of them are okay.
It's like Trans-European, Vania, whatever.
It's pan-European.
It's European. Like, that's all you really need to know. Anything like Gothic with vampires, whatever. They have
It's
stained
from
glass.
Caucasia.
They have stained glass windows and fancy collars. Like, that's Europe. That's Europe.
It's supposed to be Eastern Europe. You know what? I've always wondered this about Castlevania. Where what's the Castlevania? Is the town called Castlevania?
No,
It's not, right?
It's not. No,
It's not.
Castlevania is basically because most of the games that you play are inside a castle, and the
Yeah.
Dracula's
I know,
castle. The
but-
way they explain it here is that it basically moves anywhere in Europe.
Yep.
But it's like basically a mixture of castle and Transylvania. So.
It's because like because the Japanese title is like the Devil's Castle Dracula or some shit like
Yeah.
that, and that was just not
And
gonna
they
fly.
couldn't put the word devil
They
directly in a
can't do
kid's
that,
You
game.
can't put
You put a religious
yeah.
connotation
Yeah.
on the evil blood-sucking monster.
Because
That'd be ridiculous.
people are gonna protest that real quick in America.
So in this Vania of castles,
There are quite a lot of them. Yes.
Yes.
we're gonna cover this really quickly. Apparently next week we're gonna cover
Yes.
this in depth.
Yes,
so
we'll-
Next week we will cover this in depth, so just tune back in next
Yeah,
week.
that's how
Yeah.
impressed we were with
It's
this.
just a quick thing though. It's a dark medieval fantasy following the Belmont clan trying to save Eastern Europe from the extinction at the hand of that Dracula doe.
Yes.
That Dracula.
Vlad Dracula Tepes.
Starring actors, famous as
Tepes.
fuck actors such as Richard Armitage. Hello.
Yep.
The
Yeah.
Hey,
Hobbit.
Thorin.
Hey Thorin, what's up? What's up? He's Trevor Belmont. Dracula is Graham McTavish, who plays Dougal Mackenzie in Outlander and other stuff that no one really cares about.
He's also in The Hobbit.
It's just a Hobbit career here, guys.
Yep.
He was
Yeah.
Dwalin.
Is it just all the hobbits?
It's literally everybody here is just
Everyone's a hobbit.
Alucard, Dracula spelled backwards, is James Callis from Battlestar Galactica
Yes.
and Bridget Jones' Diary. More importantly, Austin Land. I love that movie so much.
Yes, he's Gaius Baltar, guys.
Yeah, so it's got a very A-list crew because of that A-list money, Netflix money, I guess.
That Netflix money.
Yeah, that Netflix money.
So we'll see. We'll talk about more next week.
But you guys should all watch it so that
It
we
was
won't
very
spoil
good.
it for you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna spoil the shit out of it next
It's
week.
also
Yes.
really
It will-
short, so you
it's-
don't have an excuse to like.
Yeah,
It's
it's like
4 episodes.
Four
It's
30
4
minutes.
solid episodes.
Yeah.
If you like watching Game of Thrones, you should watch this.
Yeah, it's basically an anime movie, but split into 4 episodes.
All right, let's move on.
All right.
Okay, next one. And this category is called "We Didn't Know This Was a Niche."
I
called
knew.
"Welcome to the Ballroom," also known as Ballroom e Yokoso. We're gonna have a little
Yokoso.
We're gonna have a little clip of it here. As soon as our lovely engineer pulls it up, O's. And yes, we are monitoring chat. So
Yes,
what's up,
we
guys?
are monitoring chat, and
Make sure you hit that Twitter
Did
with those
anyone say
hashtags.
anything?
Oh, it's the
Star Drew is in chat. Star Drew, what's up?
We're
You're
just-
always here.
Tanashi's Movie
welcome.
Corner.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's Nashi's
Alright.
movie corner.
Here we go. Get ready for some giant eyeballs.
Star Drew said that he was going to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh.
We're not going to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh, but I had watched.
I love the music of this. It's really cute.
I actually really like the animation of
The
this.
art style's very good
It's
too.
production IG.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah, so that's just a very little
Yeah.
taste of the giant eyeballs.
Yes.
The intensity intensifies.
The thing about this anime is like you would think like what can be possibly exciting about ballroom dancing, but they make it like really shonen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like reading
Excellent.
like the animation they've done with this and going from the manga is like pretty accurate, you know, but it's just now that much more intense because you have that music and you have that movement. But you know, even just reading it on 2D and black and white, it's still very impressive. The writing is really solid, so definitely look out for this one. I feel like
Yeah.
this is going to be probably one of the more popular ones for sure. And
Yeah,
there's
it's
gonna be
already-
a boom
yes.
of ballroom dancing for sure.
I mean, it looks interesting.
already-
it's funny.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's very Art Deco, which is super popular like at the height of ballroom dancing. So
Yeah.
it's interesting to see that possible influence in the animation.
I think it's one of those, like, every season there's, like, one that's just like, oh, we didn't think this one was going to be super huge, and it is, and I feel like this is going to be that
Is it,
one.
is it the Yuri and Ice of the season?
It is. I feel like every summer there's one, like, this is specifically for people who love body animation.
Yeah.
Body. Is there gonna be a guy with abs in this one too? Here's hoping.
Yokoso.
Yes.
Yes, there will be. There's a lot of that.
Yay. So I guess if you guys want to know the plot, it's about a kid who has no life or hobbies and is sad, and then finds ballroom dancing and becomes unsad.
As a typical shonen would.
And then
Yes.
he decides suddenly, I'm going to be the best dancer there ever was, even though I don't know the first thing about ballroom dancing.
He gets better.
He does.
But he still
does.
also doesn't know anything about ballroom dancing.
mean,
but
you
he has
know-
a very
Heart.
special
He's
talent.
got heart.
Yeah. He just is a prodigy in
See,
some
I
way
feel
that
like
we can't
in-
explain.
this in more ways than one is the sports anime of the season
Yeah, I
because it's
agree.
following the shonen sports anime trope. Like, I don't know that I'm good at this thing, but I'm gonna be good at this thing, and you know he's gonna be good at it.
Yeah, because he's the main character.
He's actually not
true.
that great at it.
Max and ruin it.
not
All
yet.
right.
He's just
Spoiler free, dude.
He's just not very good at it. Anyway.
All right, and another one in the category of we didn't know this was a niche is fastest finger first, which we don't have a trailer for because the trailer was super boring. It was just like their face going past the screen. This anime is about a high school student who discovers the world of quiz shows. And I don't even know that this. I guess it's real because
Yeah, the,
Yeah.
the
exists.
trivia, the actual idea of like the trivia game is
Trivia
like
competition, right?
really,
Yeah.
it's actually apparently pretty intense. Yeah, so I mean, like people just know facts like right
yeah,
off the
so
bat. They
he
do it in
basically
variety shows a lot.
and in the first episode you really get like they start to talk about techniques and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, it's gonna be shonen as fuck. I'm really
Oh yeah,
excited.
definitely.
Yeah, it really
There's
is.
gonna be a lot of swoops and a lot of like button pressing, I bet, and it's gonna be super dramatic. That's how I imagine
Yeah.
it
Like the
to
time slowdown scenes are super intense and everyone is sweaty.
Yeah, yeah, and they're like thinking through their head like, what could it's
Yeah.
about hitting the buzzer before the question is finished, and then anticipating what the end of the question is so that you're first hit the buzzer. So it's fastest finger first.
No
It has a
finger
terrible-
guns.
It has a-
Yeah, very
When I
bad
saw this,
connotation.
I thought that this was gonna be like the ecchi anime of the
Yeah.
season, and then it became. So I actually don't like this show, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
think
crazy
it's
about it
super
either.
boring.
I'm not really. I know what they're trying to do for it, and it's like a comedy, but I have no interest in
Trivia.
like,
Well, I'm married to the king of trivia, so
Yes.
I think it's.
well, I
think
am
it's
not. So
Is an anime about your husband?
not quite.
Are you good at
I mean,
games?
the
Are you
main
good
character
at
does have
winning all
glasses.
games? Yeah. I think I really enjoyed about it is that it is a little simple, like it is very structured very simply, but I think I just learned some shit in the first episode. I was like, oh, that's cool. I didn't know about that crap. Yeah, I like people
But
listening.
do you remember it? Is the question.
I remember that one thing I said while anticipating the answer.
I feel like the president of the club was the most interesting character. Like, I'm gonna
Yeah,
try
I
to
agree.
stick through this just because my husband really likes it. But I'm very like, I don't know, guys. How are you gonna sell this one to me? You can sell Ballroom to me. I don't know about this
There's a
one.
lot. There's a
crazy
lot to
movements, but there's
watch.
just, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know
at the end of the
about
day,
it.
they are just pressing a button, and it's going to be a lot of button pressing. But it's not like Yagatake, like Japan, where it was like about baking, but it was like super ridiculous and silly. They haven't really done anything besides it being a trivia thing. If it was like
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh, it's trivia, but in hell or like
Yeah.
in Egypt or whatever, in a fiery pit of dragons, then I'd be like, yeah, okay, I get that. Like,
Yeah.
but
Like-
there's just so many better anime.
I feel like they gotta give me something ridiculous for me to stick through this.
Yeah,
I think they're trying to trick everyone into learning,
but I don't want to learn.
but I don't want to learn.
But it's just a bunch of useless facts.
Yeah. Like, the people that go out to trivia night and are super serious about it is something I'll never understand, and this will not help me. Well, this just reaffirms how boring I find it. Like, that's just kind of like unfortunate, but I don't know. We'll move on. Let's move on.
So that one's also set in high school, but then we have the category of what's going to be my high school romance / comedy.
Yes.
And I think this season's going to be Tsuredure Children.
Yes.
For some reason, and you watch the anime, the Romanized letters, sorry, are Tsuredure, and I don't know why they put a D instead of a Z. But Tsuredure Children, would you guys like to talk about Tsuredure Children and why it's so great and cute?
It's great
Yeah.
and cute because it follows like basically a classroom of characters, and they all have like these different pairings and relationships, and the way that so it's actually a 4-coma, right? So it's like broken up to chapters, and these characters basically are, I guess, like caricatures of like different tropes of
Yeah.
other people in relationships.
They're all the
There's-
protagonists,
Yeah.
actually.
So just the way that they like portray everything, and just the way that they organize the pairings, it's basically not like they're always in love. It's like people trying to find love, and they're in different degrees, and they're seeing all the their friends and their relationships, and like how they're doing,
Yeah.
and like what their crushes are, and it really, like, I guess it harnesses, adolescent relationships, but in a cute and funny way that's actually relatable and not just cringy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the hard part, is like making all this slice of life stuff something that, like even an adult can watch and be like, oh, that's really cute and that's really fun, and those are some really well developed characters, instead of it just being like, oh, senpai.
Yeah, I feel
You know,
like
like-
And you
each.
do have that character, but she's like lovable, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they've made every interaction of like the to be or will be couples or current couples, like all of them are very endearing. And I think just in general, like because the character design is very specific, each of one of them look very different. It's very easy to tell them apart.
Yeah.
Because I feel like last season there were a couple that like, oh, high school love, but all of the characters look the same. Like
Yeah.
Just have different hair
God, like
colors.
Tsuki ga kirei.
yeah,
Like
oh.
everybody looked the same. Everybody had brown or black hair, and I was like,
boring.
"This is." I know they're going for realism, but I can't tell anybody apart.
Yeah.
like in real life.
I need
Yeah.
I need a pink-haired girl,
So
please.
for anybody out there, that is the reason why they have different colored eyes and hair in anime, so you can tell people apart.
Dun, 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 dun.
Also,
apart.
the character designs are also pretty good.
Protagonist.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell all of us
Animation's
apart.
great.
Yeah, the
Look at
animation's
us.
very good.
We're all very different hair colors.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Now
people,
you can tell
people
from
mistake me
space.
for her all the time. That's really
Yeah,
irritating.
which is weird.
So this one's cute. I would say recommended. I think it's good.
Yeah.
It's really overall good. Is it short? Or
It's
is it-
short too, right?
It's
Or-
like a mini one?
short.
12 minutes, 13 minutes
I don't know.
per
I
episode.
don't think so.
Or is that just a pilot?
I think it's just a 4 coma
Feel
thing.
like it was short because yeah, it's like a bunch of little vignettes.
Yeah, because they're basically little like joke
cute.
situations, and it's every little like switches between one
Yeah,
joke to another
yeah.
joke to
so
another joke.
recommended. Give it a shot. I think it's good.
It's super short.
Yeah.
It's really
It's
fun.
very short.
It's very cute.
And if you're
So.
interested in a high school life anime with a twist, oh, we've got the thing for you. Centaur's Life is what it is called. We have this lovely picture here because the trailer was garbage. This is on Crunchyroll, just debuted last Saturday, and it's slow AF, but it's really cute and weird.
It's weird.
It's weird.
It's exactly what you think it is. It's about. What do you think it's about? It's a centaur
Centaur's
who's a
life, I
girl,
would assume.
and she's a high school student,
Oh my
and
God,
her
really?
life with other kind of mythological creatures, devils and angels and stuff like that.
Demons and like cat girls. And
They don't go into like every single kind of mythological beast. In the first episode, they actually set down like a structure of their reality, like the history of why there are no humans. They're just these people because evolution went a certain way. And I was like, damn, they actually explained that.
Yeah,
So
in
I
like a
was
really
surprised.
good, surprising way. And it's also got this dystopian sort of twist,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's-
yeah, this is cutesy, but
yeah, they have this
What is
weird
happening?
like prejudiced society in
Yeah.
a weird
Mm-hmm.
way. It's like they're all trying to be like, you know, like we're the race of blankety blanks, and you know,
Right.
there's always kind of a little weird.
Wow,
tension
I
underneath
did not
it.
pick up on any of that.
Yeah, it's,
You didn't see
it's
the
in like the
two-
beginning.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's before all the cute stuff
Yeah, I
happens.
guess
Yeah.
I missed that part.
It's like well, the whole thing is they're just like, you know, I wish I were a centaur, or I wish I were a blankety blank for this characteristic, and then you start realizing that it's like, oh, they really care about what their physicality is, you know. But it's
Yeah.
still in the weird like high school slice of life, like,
Yeah, it's-
oh, your boobs are so big, sort of
Yeah.
like.
Like
trope
everyone
that-
wants to get with Hime, which is the name of the centaur. Her name is Princess
very good.
Hime.
Did you guys like it?
I think it was. I've read the manga like a long time
I
ago.
read the manga a long time ago too,
And I was just like, what is this shit? Oh, I'll fucking read this. This is cute as fuck. And
and then it stopped eventually.
yeah, and then like
just abruptly.
abruptly
Yeah.
stopped. But I think it's cute. I don't think it's like the best one of the
No.
season at all.
I think it's
But I'm gonna keep
interesting,
watching it.
but I also don't feel like it's interesting enough to keep my.
Yeah, because I watched it and it's cute, but I feel like, but it's cute enough for me to like invest another episode. I mean, to be fair, I will.
They're 25 minutes.
I watch at least like 3 episodes of every anime that comes out, and
Oh, look at me! I watch. No, I'm just kidding.
sorry that you can't be cool like me, Max, and watch everything all the time.
I'm sorry, I can't help it.
But yeah, I think it's cute. If you're just slightly interested in a centaur girl having a high school life, just fucking watch it. I mean, come on.
yeah. it's
How many
a
centaur
dragon
animes
maid.
Who
do
doesn't
Yeah.
like that? Who doesn't like that?
And,
Right?
and to be fair, this is different than the horse girls,
Yes. Derby
game,
girls.
Derby girls, which is a whole different thing. That's a whole high
Yeah.
school of
Yeah.
just centaur girls,
And that blew
and it's a
up.
game. It's not an anime, I don't think yet. So.
No, it's not. But
it's
it will
probably
be.
going to be.
But it's definitely gonna be.
Hold your horses for that one.
Because idols, derby girls, slice of life,
Different thing.
romance.
Yeah.
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 Well, it's gonna have this stuff too.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
And then I think so. You know, watch it, don't watch it, centaurs.
up to you.
So this next one is I put it as the best short anime that I saw this season because
I didn't see a lot of short anime at all.
well, this is well anyway, but I think it's the best. But I didn't ask you guys'
Yes.
opinion. It's called Aho-Girl, and Aho doesn't mean asshole, even though it sounds like it. It means like idiot.
Idiot,
So it's
yeah.
idiot girl. So let's take a look. She loves fucking banana.
She loves fucking bananas.
She's so stupid.
I just
Oh, the voice actor for the guy, I think he's the same guy as Nozaki-kun,
Oh,
which is why I like him so
nice.
much. He's just like, you fucking idiot. Shut up. And you get,
Oh my god,
There's a lot of domestic abuse happening.
he is my
in this
favorite
anime.
character.
But it's funny
Really
though.
together, yeah.
Yeah.
It's more like she's really dumb and she also like imposes herself on
Yeah,
him.
and
Yeah.
she pushes him to like to his edge, and he's just like, "You're so stupid. I have to stop you, or else your stupidness is gonna affect the whole school," kind of thing. And I think it's really
Which it
cute.
does,
She
yeah.
basically really likes him and is always like eating bananas, and it's just
Oh god,
Like-
I hate her.
oh, of course you do.
I hate her so much.
I don't think she's. You're supposed to like her though. I think you're supposed to
the
just
whole thing
like the
not-
comedy of the other characters around her. You confuse.
It's I don't know how to describe it. It's not. It's
like
not really funny. I
Yeah,
just
I
don't
just
really
get the
like. I
same
don't
thing.
really like. I've read the manga and I've watched this, and it's even more annoying with the voice in it. And there's some funny scenes, but like all the characters are just so stupid, or it's like so kind of weirdly mundane. Like I've seen this before.
Yeah.
I've seen this 100 times before, and I don't need another dumb girl
I
like
agree.
to just and dumb girl anime where it's like she just dumbs on everyone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
the dumbness spread.
The mom was good. I would
The
say
mom was.
The mom's great
Right,
because the
yeah.
mom is the filter where like she
Please
she's,
save my
she's
daughter.
The reality.
Yeah.
She's the reality of like, no, you need to marry her because if you don't marry her, no one else wants her.
I thought that was the point of the show. Actually, was that the idiot girl isn't really like whatever, but I think it's more about like the mother's funny because she's having to react to this completely
Yeah.
stupid girl. The boy is funny because he's just like, what do I like if I take care of her, I'm gonna be annoyed all the time, but if I don't, she's gonna die probably.
Yeah.
And then like the new girl who meets her and is like, what the fuck is her problem? Oh my god, like she really doesn't know what I'm saying. Like it's kind
Yeah.
of I think it's that bokeh, the
Yeah.
like the straight man and the funny man.
I think like
Comedy.
me personally, I thought it was pretty funny, and I watched the second episode because it came out today. I think. I think the like just kind of level of ridiculousness of all the girls around this dude who's just basically exasperated is pretty funny. But I get what you're saying. Like yes, it's done.
It's been done.
It's
Yeah.
been done.
It just wears,
but I do enjoy it.
it wears down on you only because like now it has animation, now it has a voice, so it's like things are even more annoying. But I do have to say the other characters are really way more interesting
Yeah,
than
they
her herself, because I feel like she's also so dumb that it's like at this point I understand she's a device, but only as a device, and
Yeah.
there's nothing interesting about her. So there's no development for her at all. She's just dumb the whole time. So
Okay.
She's
yeah.
just the worst.
I'd say I think it's like a good chuckle, but like it's not really super that funny. Not to me anyway.
Not
so.
to Max.
Not to Max.
Max is
There's just so much.
heartless.
There's just so much better things to watch. I would watch Tsuredure Children.
Yeah, same. If you're gonna spend 12 minutes watching something,
Yeah,
like,
watch that instead.
And then we have a couple of additions by Max, but Max, what does this link go to? It's
That
all
goes
of
to
it?
the Fate Apocrypha trailer.
Okay, do you want to take a look at the Fate Apocrypha trailer real quick? It's number
Apocrypha.
9.
Apocrypha. Yeah, we can just play a little bit of it. Oh, this one is like 30 seconds. Yeah, it's super short.
So this is part of the Fate series, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Explain Fate to me. I know it started as a dating game, and then what?
So Fate is actually a very old visual novel game.
Okay.
What happened was that Type Moon, who like kind of were popular for these visual novel stories, started making this series called Fate. It's basically people that are they're masters and servants, and they're trying to get the Holy Grail that will basically grant any wish you want. The servants are basically old heroes from myth and legend and history that come to life as like these powerful mythical beings, and they basically battle against each other to get the Holy Grail. And that's usually the story. However, this is a spin-off. And
But there's a whole bunch of like
There's a bunch
every
of
other
Fate
season,
animes,
right? Okay.
yeah.
I was
There-
just
there's
like,
not a
is it a different
bunch.
one? Are they connected? Are they not
Have
connected?
you never like watched any of the Fate animes? Okay.
I've somehow avoided it.
we can literally have a whole season
Yes.
of that.
I'm good.
I mean, a whole episode just dedicated to
Yeah,
that. But
there are some
basically,
really bad ones.
Yay. So
they're
this one's,
all-
but
I
this
mean,
one's a good
they're
one?
pretty good. I feel. I
No,
think
there are
they're-
some pretty bad Fate anime.
Which,
but-
what are you talking
Oh my
about?
God.
Go ahead, tell me. What Fate
We've only
anime
got
is
60
that?
minutes, guys.
We're not going to argue about Fate.
That's what I thought.
So tell us why you like this iteration of Fate.
I like this because it's actually based off the manga. I read the manga, pretty big fan of it. They have interesting characters, and usually what they do is they have seven servants, and they all one at a time fight each other. But this is really more of like a war between two factions. basically Romanians and everyone else, the Mage Association or whatever. But there's sort of like this conspiracy underneath it. You kind of see these really interesting systems. You see like the animation is actually pretty good. Type Moon didn't do it this time, unfortunately, because I don't know. They're too busy doing Token Rambu, actually.
See, okay, let's talk about Token Rambu. Like, it's UFO Table's doing the animation.
UFO Table, sorry.
So it's really pretty, but man, is it boring.
It's so boring.
Like, it's one of those, like, it's obviously, like, based, like, adapted from a game, but it's one of those, like, here are all these references that if you didn't play the game, you have no idea what's happening in it.
Like episode 1 shouldn't have 20 new characters.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing it out there. Just
No,
try
that's
with try
too
2
many.
and a half.
There was, like,
Well,
with
no,
two.
that was just the main cast.
It's like your starter characters, but
Yeah,
there's so
the
many
six-
of them.
Right.
But there was like one, like in spring, where it was the same. It was like some JRPG based one where it's just like, here are all these references to this game if you played it. And I was like, yeah, but I didn't play it, so I don't care about this.
Yeah,
Well,
'cause
I played it because Sword Boys was popular, and I wanted to know what the hell it was about. But it's actually just like the Ship Girls. It's the same game.
it's the same thing.
It's just basically a collection of characters. This one is a little different because they only focus on 6 characters as opposed to like the 37 characters that they
37.
have. That's a number right off the top of my head, but I'm sure I'm pretty close.
Yeah.
But basically, it's very well animated. It is a little slow. You guys watch the second episode?
I haven't read. It was so boring.
It's
like
the-
I'm struggling. It's
The
on my
first
queue.
one, it's enough if you like shonen and you like everything that UFO Table has done, which is actually the Fate series, Unlimited Blade Works, and Fate Zero, which are the 2 popular ones.
Yeah, Fate Zero, Unlimited Blade Works. I like those 2.
Yeah. Well, so the only one that you don't like is the original one.
That one sucks so bad.
That is the original one, though. It's so
Sucks so
dated.
bad.
You
Just
can't
real quick.
compare it.
So Tanashi's movie corner was like another Fate movie or anime. And I was like, yeah, exactly. And he said he will argue Fate all day.
I will argue Fate all
So
day,
at some
indeed.
point we will probably
We
do
will
some
definitely
Fate.
do Fate.
Showdown.
All I'm saying is that the way that it's starting now for the first 2 episodes that I've seen, I really like it. The animation is actually not UFO Table quality, but still pretty good. There's a lot of like really interesting action. Sound design is pretty good. Characters are very interesting, and they get only more interesting. Like Spartacus comes out, and he's just a dude that's basically gray and was wearing belts. Like he was wearing 4 belts or whatever, and he.
Oh, there was like a
he,
guy with a gun. I was confused. I'm like, I thought they were all swords though.
No, they're
No.
the
They're
masters are.
just they're just dudes.
No, the masters are actually mages. So
What is the
they're
premise of
using
this
power.
goddamn show?
It's basically about
I thought
magicians fighting each
I
other.
thought I
Magicians
watched it.
fighting.
It's
Okay.
magicians fighting each
All
other
right, all
in a
right.
more realistic way.
Got it.
So yeah, I'd say watch that. There's also Gundam Twilight Axis, which is a part of the Gundam series, but it's more of the original, based on the Universal Century, which is like the main storyline. So it's like a continuation of that, and it has
More
Char,
Gundam moves.
and you know.
I like
You know,
it.
I
We're
read
also
some-
quiet because like
I know.
I'm next to
Ziggy
one
guy.
watching me.
Actually, I was gonna say I read something like some history of Gundam article recently where they were talking about how like when Gundam first came out, it as like just a cartoon, it flopped. But then Bandai made the toys, and those like flew off the shelves, and that is
Sweet,
why
sweet
we have so
Bandai.
many Gundams.
Thanks, Bandai.
Yeah. Thanks for my Gundams.
And then you
My
mentioned
precious robot
the
babies.
dark psychological anime is one that I forgot about actually. I really wanted to see it.
I did not watch this.
Oh.
So do you want to Kakegurui
Kakegurui, yeah, so you
Kakegurui
just-
compulsive Gambururu. Let's take a look
Yeah.
at this trailer.
This is the opening, which I was super impressed by.
All right. Is it the fruit one?
Yeah.
Yeah, this anime looks goddamn insane. If you look
Oh my
at the
God.
trailer too,
Yeah, this looks
it's
beautiful.
the trailer's insane as well.
All right, I might watch this.
Yeah, I know.
So where is this only on the internet?
This is on the internet.
Right,
Yeah,
so it's nothing-
unfortunately
This
I'm
is
not
one you have to
on
search
anything.
for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's kind of like Edo. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I watched the first episode. I don't watch the trailers. Is that it's kind of like high school girls or high school where they all gamble, right?
Yeah.
So instead of like we're gonna be the best at sports, they're gonna we're gonna be the best at gambling, so we can read each other and learn all these skills and
Yeah, but
battle
there's-
each other in that way.
This isn't like, but we're friends now. Like, yeah, we've battled together, and I
Yeah.
feel you're shown in power.
Yeah.
It's
like
literally these are
They're just
basically
gonna murder
like
each other. Is that what?
Yeah.
these are like the elite of the elite. So basically, the way that they the system of this school is that they bet basically their parents' money and the money that they have, and so they exert power over like each other's families, and they're basically the little surrogates. Whoever is the top one, who's like the class president in this series, is basically the top of society.
Oh, it's one of those.
Yeah, it's
Oh, that
very
was really cute. They're like literally had the word hell
I think
come
like
down.
Yeah.
the
That's really pretty.
The artwork of this and the character
Yeah,
design
it's
is really
gorgeous.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys want to find it on the internet, look on the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we forgot to mention like where you can find all these ones. Mostly Crunchyroll, except for excuse me, Welcome to the Ballroom, which is going to be the smash hit of the season. You actually can find that on Amazon.
Right?
What are they calling it? Something anime.
Amazon
Anime Strike?
Spirit, yeah, Anime Strike, which is a new thing they launched last February or January.
Because anime is getting real hot right now.
It's like you have your Amazon Prime membership, and then you have to pay an extra $4.95 a month
To get it, yeah.
for
Which
it.
is ridiculous, Amazon.
Come on, I already pay like $10 for
I
Prime,
know.
even though you do give me free
Amazon,
shipping on
I
everything
pay
else.
like seriously. I mean, for so many subscription services, just include the damn anime on
I
your.
know, I
much.
spend so much money on Amazon.
Yeah, it's like you guys
Just
own
give
my
me some
whole
anime.
My whole house is just Amazon.
Just real quick, Tokuya says Gundam Axis is an insult, and episode 1 is horrendous.
Yeah, this is
What? I thought it was okay.
Oh man.
Okay, it's a little weird. It's definitely way out of the bounds of like what I would usually see as a setup for a Gundam series, but it's like it's got me interested enough, at least in the first episode. I haven't even seen the second episode, so we might like unfortunately if you're not super into like the full history of the universal century like old school Gundam story, like plus unicorn and plus like you know all the other stuff, it's like it's gonna be hard for you to get into it.
I think it's hard if you started in like with Gundam in a certain Gundam and then they go back to other ones that you don't like
Yeah.
or didn't grow up with. It's really hard.
Like I grew up with Gundam Wing. That was like my
So did everybody else.
Gundam Wing. Yeah, no, it was basically Gundam
Is that
Wing.
Tsunamis?
Yeah.
Tsunamis.
Tsunamis.
But then it's like I've watched every other iteration, and then I've tried to go back to the original like Gundam story with Unicorn and all that, and it's just like, man, there's so much history behind
Yeah.
it, and there's so much material that you actually cannot access. There's a ton of movies that you can't even watch because they didn't even release it or is subbed or
Dang,
anything at all.
son.
Damn.
Anyway, so yeah. Well,
yeah,
that's
so
your opinion.
These are the things we recommend, and actually, really quickly. So while we talk about this, Yumi's gonna pick a winner from Twitter if you can.
If I can,
If you can, if not,
let me
just,
pull it out.
Okay.
I
These.
got 2 winners.
So we're gonna need 2 winners, but while she's looking for that, really quickly, just some garbage fire anime that you should goddamn avoid. Like, we're not even gonna tell you what it's really about, but just real quick. Fox Spirit Matchmaker, what the hell?
Oh my
Crunchyroll?
God.
Why'd you license that garbage?
the character design is some of the worst I've ever
It's
seen.
okay. So if this
It's
is
so
like
bad.
this weird, like China trying to come into like animation and stuff because they do a lot of webtoons. I'm pretty sure this is
Yeah,
where it comes
this is-
from. So it's like this culture of webtoons that they're trying to like translate into basically Japanese anime from China, and kudos to you for trying to develop stuff for your country.
But this is
But
not
that's-
the way to do it.
The
No.
other
Yeah.
one that these guys did was that that Spirit.
Oh god, the one from last season
Oh,
that
we all hated.
I'm some guy who's just really crazy.
No, I'm dead. Like
Yeah,
no, it was
like
just,
X's over his eyes. It's bullshit. It was some like 90s ripoff.
Yeah, it's just like I get it,
Anime.
but you guys need to like up your production value if you want your stuff not to be just
so
ridiculed.
Just avoid it. I got confused because it had a cute fox girl on the cover, and I was like, oh, this might be good.
The opening is so misleading because you
Yeah.
think it's
Yeah.
gonna be like fantasy, and it's like not. It's modern, and there's monks in business suits, but they're
It's
also still
terrible.
monk outfits.
Yeah,
It's very bad. 0 out of 10.
0 out of 10.
0 out of 10.
I don't know if you guys also watched
Burn it
this
with
other
the
series on
fire.
Crunchyroll. It's called 18 If.
I did not see that.
They should
Okay.
have called it Boring AF.
Okay, so this is like I got very excited when this started to open because it looked very like Fantasy Star Online,
Oh,
like
yeah.
vaporwave Dreamcast
Nah, girl.
realness, and then it just got the animation
Don't get
is
you.
very bad.
There's a lot of like you've been tricked things.
yeah, oh yeah, they bamboozled me.
I got hella bamboozled.
There's a lot of bamboozling
Are
with
there
that
any
one.
other terrible anime you guys?
Not terrible, but I just realized that there's a new No Game No Life coming out.
Oh
God, I
yeah.
hate that.
Why is there so much? There's another show that we haven't talked about. I can't remember the name of it. That's also like I've fallen into a fantasy world. Oh, from reality.
You know what? Like,
Which
let's
one's
talk
that?
about robots and knights or whatever. I actually,
that is.
I
Knights
love
and
that
Magic.
one.
Oh, okay, I haven't
Knights
seen
and
it.
Magic is really
Yeah.
good.
Oh, it's so good because it's like so. Basically, it's not. I fell into the guy used to work as like a salaryman for like a game
He
development
was like
place.
a programmer.
And then he dies and gets reborn into this little kid who wants to control these like robot knight mechs in this fantasy world. And they move through the first episode, so there's like 6 years jumps like 3 years and 3
cool.
years.
There's like a bunch of like character stuff that they just totally cut out, which it does actually work better. But like the main thing is just the fact that he is like basically an otaku who just likes mechs, and then all of the magic that he's creating is programming for him. So it's like they've integrated kind of all of this like, you know, modern idea like into what magic is, and they've created a really interesting world, and the animation is really good too. So if you really like mech anime or like mech night
give it a
anime,
shot.
like it's a good one.
I
like,
really liked it, and I highly recommend it.
It's kind of, it feels very much like Escaflowne a little bit.
It does. It does. But without the whole like I fell into the world and I fell into it. He definitely is just like reborn into it, and then they just don't talk about the real world after that.
That's nice. I kind of hate that, I think. All right, do we have any winners, do you think?
All right.
We get so again 2 sets of
We
all
have
3
2
of them.
sets. Okay. Well, Tanashi says, I love anime for the stories, characters, and art styles. When I was depressed, it gave me comfort.
Aw.
Give that man.
So, Tanashi,
You get a set. So we're gonna.
You are getting a set.
Yeah. How we're gonna contact you guys is we're gonna message you on Twitter. So keep them. We're gonna have to friend you first and then
Those
message
DMs
you.
open.
Yeah.
Keep them DMs open.
Here's the one. Fugitive Color. Anime makes normal life outrageously fantastic and inspires me to be the most fantastic human I can be.
That's another good one.
Tanashi and Fugitive Color. You guys are the 2 winners, and we will message you.
Congratulations.
We'll message you after the show.
After the show, because we're on the show now. And then real quick, we have a couple extra minutes to stop talking about terrible things. We'll talk about good things. You guys, we were all at Anime. Max was kind of not that Anime Expo. But most of
there in spirit.
Most of us were at Anime Expo. What were some things you guys saw that you thought were like, holy shit, I had no idea it was going to be so big?
All of it.
All of it?
Oh my god.
Just the amount of people, like, which is fine.
What's your first AX, right?
Oh no, I've
No?
been doing AX for like 5
She used to do
years.
Artist Alley.
I'm usually in
okay.
Artist Alley, which I will say seemed to be much better organized than it was last year. They actually had air conditioning on. There's a lot of artists, which was good, but also, you know, like if you're vending, it's kind of...
It's very crowded. But they
it
did make
is.
the aisles bigger, and it
They
wasn't
did.
100 degrees on there.
Yeah, and the crowd
good.
control was much better than it was last year.
Yeah.
So Artist Alley, done
Yeah.
right.
It's still in a parking lot.
Yeah, still in a parking lot. Get it out of the
So,
parking lot.
Yeah, probably shouldn't do that, guys.
It's the worst.
It's
It's
not.
literally the worst
It's
for
weird they
everyone
wouldn't just
involved.
open up, like, because there's like 4 floors, you know? Like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't they just put it upstairs and like
It's because they have all like the press and like other panels upstairs,
Yeah, I mean,
which
It's just they basically don't. They want to hide the people that
Yeah.
make things.
We'll just hide
because
you in
that's
the
how it
basement.
is.
I
Hide
think
us
it's
in the basement. It's
Yeah.
shameful.
All I
It's a little
know.
inhumane.
We just get shibari
Yeah.
pins down
Yeah.
there. That's where
You
we
can
have all the
smell like
free
exhaust
stuff.
from trucks and stuff down there
Yeah.
too, especially
Yeah.
during setup.
what I
Yeah,
don't
it's literally a
understand.
parking lot.
What I don't understand is like because there's so much space in West Hall. I mean, even like they have the cars and whatever not there, but like they could
It's a lot of
make
empty
it
space.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like like waste of space because they're just kind of giving them a lot of space and they could kind of squeeze it to fit Artist Alley in
Yeah,
there.
totally.
And then the Artist Alley people wouldn't die if it's like a bajillion degrees like it was last year.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't die this year.
They did
They
fix
did
that
fix
this year,
that
which is
issue.
good.
This year was
that's good.
also a very cool year. I think what I did notice is how insane the Persona 5 line was all weekend.
Yeah, my booth was great catty corn too. It's I saw all week.
Apparently, like I talked to a couple of people today who were like, "Yeah, I waited in line for like 3 to 4 hours."
And it was
for
to
stuff.
buy stuff.
Yeah,
it wasn't
to
for
buy
anything
stuff.
for your or to play, just to buy
And it-
Persona 5
Yes,
goods.
and it was like that all 4 days.
Yeah, that
But was it as crazy as the Idol booth? Like the Love Live and the other...
Oh, was that line long? I never saw anything.
Like
the Anna song line was pretty long. The
Okay.
Love Live line was pretty long. I usually go and play the Love Live because they give you free shit.
It looked pretty gutted after the first day. Like,
yeah, I
Yeah,
could
it
not
was,
wait
like,
in that
empty.
line. And they like some of the lines are like Good Smile. Like they'd capped their lines indoor and then had to have like an outside line, which was also capped at a certain
Yeah.
point because there was just so many people. Apparently,
I mean, that's basically the theme of this AX was that there's
just
so
a lot of
many
people.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, apparently there were something like 300,000 people, like turnstile count,
Yeah.
not ticket count. Turnstile.
There's just no way that
Just a lot.
the Anaheim Convention Center, not Anaheim, the LA Convention Center can hold that many
Yeah.
people.
Just
and
the
the
whole
way that it's
badge
built,
debacle,
like,
too,
Yeah.
is
So,
very bad,
and they're
but-
gonna, I guess they said
yeah,
they're
they're
gonna
gonna ship them
year.
next
Oh,
year.
whoa.
last year too. They didn't do it. Yeah.
I said that 2 years ago. And they
So
didn't
if
do it.
Speedra can get their shit together
Speedra.
and mail them out, that would help everybody.
great.
Because
Yeah.
at this point, the numbers, like after they came
Yeah.
in, they're basically San Diego Comic-Con of anime cons, and it's just there's no reason for them to have people wait in line for 6 hours
Yeah.
to get a badge.
I mean,
But it's
Dragon
also-
does it,
Yeah.
CCC does it. There's no reason.
It's just like the whole thing though is it's not even like LA Convention Center is not designed for that. Like it's basically like 4,000-5,000 different parts becoming a convention
Right.
center,
And-
which is not like San Diego Comic-Con or whatever.
Right.
It's just they need better facilities.
But
like,
speaking about
whereas-
that, Funimation had us out for their Destination Funimation event, which was at Lucky Strike across the convention center. Very, very fun.
yeah.
Thank you guys for
Awesome,
having us.
Funimation.
Thanks, Funimation.
I
It
heard
was
the
cool.
parties
It was
were
dope. It was very,
off
very
the
fun.
hook.
It was off the hook, and that's
And
why we
I'm
have these
sad
to
I
give
missed
to you.
it.
Yeah.
We are
Yes.
all out of time, guys. Next week we'll be back next Tuesday talking about.
We will be talking about Netflix's Castlevania, which is technically anime, guys. It's
anime.
technically anime.
So thank you so much, Lauren, for joining us today on the show. Where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me everywhere at Saltiest
And going down the line.
And then you can find me everywhere online at Yume Warlock.
You can find me at Max Salts on everything.
You can find me at I Am Chubby Bunny, and you should join us tomorrow for a very special Twitch thing we're doing on
yes.
my Twitch channel.
Yay.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only, and not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.